So earlier this week, Rockstar released the free crawler, and one of the things I pointed out on my buyer beware video was that it had the option to have a snorkel in the Los Santos custom shop, but that snorkel didn't actually work. Like, it doesn't allow the car to venture out in deeper bodies of water and still function. It still cuts off or shuts down in normal depths. So I started to think about this, and then I got a tweet from one of my good friends. You've seen him on videos and helps me with live streams and whatnot, Sorty, who actually asked me this. He said, "Hey Ross, the snorkel feature on the free crawler doesn't work. Are there any other features that you know that Rockstar have added that are pointless or don't work?" So I've done a couple of videos on maybe some of the unused or forgotten about features of the game. So today we're going to be talking about features that are pointless or useless or don't work, just like the snorkel on the free crawler. And I guess that's the first thing we're going to start out with today, car snorkels. Now, one thing I actually learned while doing some research for this video is if a car comes default with a snorkel, like I think a couple of the gun running cars came default with a snorkel, it'll work. But if it's an add-on at the Los Santos custom shop, like I think that Dubsta has an option, and certainly the free crawler, the new one, has an option, it won't work. It's cosmetic only, which is definitely deceiving. Like, don't go driving your car in the beach or in the Zancudo swamp and expect it to live. It's not going to happen. So that's just a heads up right there that the snorkel on a lot of cars, if it doesn't come on there by default, are not going to work, which is super disappointing because it makes them totally pointless and worthless other than just looking cool. Number 2 today, the interaction menu gives us a lot of great features, the ability to eat snacks, drink cola to heal our health. However, one of the things we can do is smoke cigarettes, which literally does nothing other than take away our damage and make us do a smoking animation for a little bit. Literally the only purpose I could see for doing something like this is to role play or take a Snapmatic. Other than that, the cigarettes serve no purpose. They literally just take health away from you. So in no situation is it useful. And because they're in the same category as the snacks, if you have them in your inventory and you're in the heat of the moment in a battle and you start spamming, your snacks, you might accidentally spam cigarettes and then you're stuck doing a smoking animation while you're basically frozen and you just lose health. So I almost wish Rockstar would put that in a separate category, not with the snacks and other things that end up healing us, but that's sort of been a pet peeve of mine since day one. The number 3 spot today, light LED bars. So there's a couple of vehicles in game. One of the new ones is the Patriot, actually, that has new upgrades that you can do. The Patriot actually has an LED light bar that you can apply on top. And I was thinking to myself, okay, this is awesome. I wonder if I'll get this super bright light that'll appear on the top of my vehicle. And the answer is no. And this is the case for a lot of vehicles, whether it's the Coil Brawler, whether it's the Patriot. I mean, I'm sure there's 5 or 10 more that, I just can't think of off the top of my head right now, where Rockstar give you the option to add extra lights to a vehicle that don't work. What's the point? If they're not going to light up, why have the option to have those lights on there? If you guys have been watching my videos for a while now, that's one of the most frustrating things that I dislike Rockstar doing, and that is, having extra lights on a vehicle and then not utilizing them. It just doesn't make sense to me. Maybe that's just my OCD or something kicking in, but it really does make them useless and pointless to have on the vehicle. The number 4 spot today, Lester's Locate a Vehicle. So Lester has a lot of great services, whether it's off the radar or whether it's cops turn blind eye or, remove wanted level. But one of his features is just so pointless. It's locate a vehicle, which number 1 costs you money. Number 2, it's not going to be a good vehicle. It's going to be a random vehicle. It's not like he finds a supercar in a barn for you or anything like that. And number 3, when you're done with the vehicle, you get a wanted level. So you literally pay Lester to find you a lackluster car, and when you're done with it, the cops come after you. That's like a lose-lose-lose situation. So I'm not sure why Rockstar decided that was a good idea. I don't know how many people utilize this, but it's by far one of the worst features in Grand Theft Auto Online. It's just so pointless, and it doesn't make sense why really anyone would use that. Number 5 spot today, Merryweather Airstrikes. So even in the beginning of Grand Theft Auto Online, these Merryweather Airstrikes were pretty gimmicky. You had to pay a lot of money, you had to get a flare, you had to throw a flare, then a jet would go by and drop a bomb. Like, who stands still for like a minute? That's not going to work. So number one, it was ineffective from day one. Now we have tons of aircrafts that can be stored inside of hangars. We have aircrafts that can specifically have bombs on them, so you can do your own bombing runs. So it just doesn't make sense anymore. Not only has it become obsolete, it's also useless and pointless. In fact, I think the coolest part about calling in that airstrike is the flare you get. It looks awesome in first person. It's great for snapmatics and role playing and stuff like that. Not the actual airstrike itself, which to me doesn't really hold any merit because I don't think I've killed a single person with that airstrike. The number 6 spot today, the remote bombs you can put on vehicles in the Los Santos custom shop. So I think this used to work on like new players back in the day, but this just doesn't work anymore. It's totally useless. And the reason I say it's useless is because A, no one falls for them, but B, if you do that, you like lose your car. Like it takes you out of the Los Santos custom shop and then you can't bring it back. So it's kind of a pointless feature to put on a vehicle that you actually are going to be looking forward to driving. So I'm not sure why really anyone would use this all that seriously. I mean, unless you're going out of your way to just make bait cars over and over and over again for unsuspecting players, I mean, you can do that. But as far as it being effective and useful for you, that's a negative. It's really not useful in any way, shape, or form. At the number 7 spot today, this one is sleeping. So in basically every place we can buy in Grand Theft Auto Online properties, there's always a bed. Like, why? Like, I get it that the bed is supposed to symbolize that I guess you can spawn there, but why not make it something more useful? Like, we can spawn in our CEO offices. Like, why can't we just spawn sitting in our computer chair? Or, playing the video game that's in the middle of the office. Like, in the yacht, there's a bedroom. In the apartments, there's a bedroom. And I know it makes sense in the apartments, but, sleeping itself doesn't do anything. Like, if you sleep for 5 minutes, it should, like, rejuvenate your health or something like that. Or it should give you some perk for, like, 1 or 2 minutes in-game. It just does nothing. You just lay there, and you don't even sleep. You just toss and turn. So again, one of the more useless features that you can do in Grand Theft Auto Online. I don't know why Rockstar included it. Maybe to make the game feel more realistic, but it just doesn't serve a purpose. Whereas obviously sleeping in real life is probably the most important thing you do. The number 8 spot today, telescopes. So I know what you're saying. Mr. Boss, I use this for all my clothing glitches. Okay, well, Rockstar didn't intend for the telescopes to be like that. So let's assume that the telescopes don't help you with clothing glitches. Would you ever use them? The answer is no. In fact, they don't help you see at all. They make your vision worse. And if there's ones out in public, you have to pay for them. So you lose money to get a horrible blurry view of, for the most part, absolutely nothing. So again, take away the fact that they can potentially help with clothing glitches in online, because I know they do that if they haven't been patched. I don't follow, clothing glitches all that closely, but if they do, then that's still effective. But again, Rockstar didn't intend for it to be that way, so we're not going to intend for it to be that way in this video either. At the number 9 spot today, singing for RP. So you can do this on the roller coaster, you can do this in the shower, and many of times people will do this while their microphones are on, and the entire rest of the lobby can hear these people singing for RP. While yes, you do get RP, it's like 20 RP. Do you know how little 20 RP is for someone my rank? I would probably have to sing in the shower for like a day straight in order to go up like 1 rank. Maybe that's like at a minimum. And on a side note, people who talk to the dancers with your mic on in the Vanilla Unicorn Club, just stop that now. I mean, no one wants to hear that. I know you're trying to get Cheetah in your contact book, but do that in a private session, man. No one in a public session wants to hear that. And at the number 10 spot today, emails. Now, if in case you guys have never used the email function, well, you can use the email function in game to send longer messages to other players. So you might be thinking to yourself, well, Mr. Boss, you can send longer messages. That makes sense. Why wouldn't you just hit one button and pull up your PSN chat or your Xbox messages or direct messages through Social Club if you're on PC. All the systems have way better messengers than what we have in Grand Theft Auto Online. So the emails are truly pretty worthless. Let's just say that. I don't think in my entire existence of playing Grand Theft Auto Online, I've sent one email in game, and I don't think I'm going to be doing that going forward either. But anyways, that right there is 10 features that I think are pointless or useless or have no real features in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Do you know of any other pointless or useless features that I didn't mention in this video? Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more in the comments down below. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. Without the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.